coming up on this episode.
Lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Not just a purchase. They're not just purchasing a nutrition plan. We're trying to change people's way of thinking.
Yeah.
And educate them at the same time.
My leg, it was just in agony. I just wanted to sit down again.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I could not sit down.
I don't. I like to think I've done a good enough job for them not to do that.
Yeah.
But people do relapse. I relapse.
Yeah.
Okay, I've slipped up on my diet. I've done shit now. I'm like, yeah, but it's only one day. And I noticed it, but it's only one day. Let's get back on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You cannot change what you've done, but you can change what you do. You can change what you do tomorrow.
Yeah. And in my time, I've been partial to a sausage.
That's where Byrons World after this.
Greg's. I've been partial to a sausage roll or two. You can get a 5-pack of sausage rolls for £1.
And they're quick and they're convenient.
Exactly. You just put them out, and you can't just eat one sausage roll. You get the whole fucking lot with a bottle of ketchup. No. So, some stats. You ready?
Yeah.
29% of adults in the UK classed as obese.
Yeah, which has increased.
Yeah, it has. It's a 3% increase from last year or the year before.
My job is for them to walk out the door. They've trained, they're working towards a target, and they feel great. They can tell me anything in that room, and then I'm there as support for that as well. It's not just a case of that, and that's that human connection.
Yeah.
As in, like, I'm not just in this for money. I'm really not. I'm really passionate about it. I want people to get a result. The biggest reward for me is not the money at all. It's when people reach that target.
Okay, welcome if you've not been here before, or welcome back if you have been here before, to the Byrons World Podcast. I'm going to start this one by saying thank you to everyone who watched the last pod we had with Danny Mayer. Thank you to everybody who subscribed as well on YouTube, everybody who's followed on Spotify, and everybody who's give a rating and subscribed on Apple Podcasts. I do appreciate it very much. Hopefully I'll carry on entertaining. And today's guest, we've got Tom. Tom, who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
I'm Tom Bushell. I'm a personal trainer. My company's called HGB Personal Training. That thing that's on the video. Basically, I'm here because you asked me to be, and I was all excited about it. So
the main reason I got you on, I thought it'd be really good just to speak about fitness, speak about the way the obesity levels in the UK are going, etc., and what we can do as a nation to try and not turn into America, pretty much. So, you're a PT.
Yep.
What do you help people achieve?
Basically, it's a very, very wide range of what you can help people achieve. They come to me for I need help with motivation, I need help with weight loss, I need help with nutrition. It's so many different things you can go through with people. And sometimes it's just a mental battle that they can't get themselves to the gym, they just don't have no drive to do it. And it's education, really. I've been obviously on my own journey, and I've been up and down in weight, that sort of thing, and I know how to get there. And the biggest thing for me is motivating people, educating them, and setting them with the right tools to do it themselves, really.
How long have you been at this now? I know before this you was in the building trade, wasn't you? So what made you want to become a personal trainer? And what was the drive behind it? Because you used to be an electrician, didn't you?
Yeah, I did my apprenticeship as an electrician. Stayed in that for about 2 years, and then I started my PT course. Did that. Went to work in commercial gyms. Did all that. It's very expensive the way of doing it. If you can't get your client base, you're going to struggle. And you really had a lot of PTs struggling to find rent and whatnot. Went back into the building trade. Progressed a bit, ended up a site manager. Had a bad experience in building trade, but we won't go into that.
We can have a whole different podcast about that.
Yeah, well, we'll do a separate day for that, mate. We'll do a separate day for that. Came out of that and just thought, I'm going back to what I love doing, which is PTing. And the difference is, from the job I was doing in the building trade, is I used to get up in the morning and think, shit, I've got work, can't bother going, drag myself to work. Now I'm up, out of bed, straight to my clients, even a lot earlier than I was setting off for work before. Like, before I could leave the house anywhere between 7 and 7:30. Now I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Boom, straight out of bed, straight to my first client. Love doing what I do, helping people reach goals, making improve their life, self-investment. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. So I'm just straight back into it. It was a hard transition, especially financially, because you have to build your own client base and whatnot. So obviously I took a huge wage drop from my wage to zero. Built it back up again. Now things are good.
So you said that you tried working in the like commercial gyms.
Yeah, I did the first time round. I think I'm not going to name the gym, but I didn't think I was in the right place at the right time.
Can you rhyme the gym with something else?
Not off the top of my head without no, man, I can't do it. Not doing it.
So then you went set up your own business.
Yeah.
And now you're just, I'm guessing in your game it's a lot of word of mouth. So somebody comes to you, say they train with you for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
They have great results. Say it's Barbara, for example. Barbara's come to you. She said, look, my husband's sick of my bingo wings now. I need to get rid of them. 8 weeks later, Barbara, nice and slim down. And then Barbara's friend, Patsy, bloody hell, where do you get rid of your bingo wings? How do you get rid of them? Well, I went to Tom.
Yeah, definitely. It is a lot of word of mouth. A lot of it can be done through marketing if you do it right. It's just a hard game to get going. But as soon as you've got that ball rolling, it starts coming. I did it the hard way this time because I didn't... With the commercial gyms, you walk into a gym and you've got potential clients there of all the gym memberships. Like, everyone who walks through that door, you have a chance to either talk to or be in the gym. They come to you. You're the face of the gym. This time I've done it slightly different, where I rent my own space, or I train people in their own homes, or I train them outside, wherever they want to be. So I either travel to them or they come to me at the private space, which sometimes works in my favour because people don't like busy gyms.
Yeah.
So they walk into a gym, they feel intimidated by it, which is a confidence thing. And I try to get people in the gym once I give them the tools and the sort of confidence to get going. I give them programs, get into the gym, let's do this, still train me, let's reduce your sessions. You can do your sessions in the gym and then just do one a week with me or one a month with me, check in, we'll see where we're at and stuff like that. But it was harder building the client base this time because it was literally, like I said, word of mouth or on Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, because me and Tom, we've been friends for years. I remember the first time when you tried making a shot at it, when you was working in the commercial gyms. At that time when you became a PT, I felt there was a time where the market was very oversaturated, and there was a lot of people trying to be a personal trainer at that time. When you was working in these commercial gyms, obviously there was other PTs there. So I'm guessing to get the clients, you was all kind of like seagulls around a piece of bread.
Yeah.
What I suppose what I want to say is, what have you had any, not bad experiences, but do you ever like come to loggerheads? Was you coming to loggerheads with other PTs in there? Is it quite a bitchy industry when it's in a commercial environment when everybody's trying to get clients within that one person, like one space?
Yes and no. I mean, I wasn't, because I didn't like to tread on people's toes. You've got your clients. But the problem when I went into commercial gym was everyone had their clients. And when I was there, I was doing all right, don't get me wrong, but PTs were coming in and out the door. Even the time I spent there, I'd see one PT come in for a month, then go. Another PT come in for a month, then go. And they were just like in and out, revolving door. Because the people who had already established themselves there, that people knew, people would get, like I say, word of mouth. So anyone who joined that gym were like, oh yeah, I've got this PT, it's called Craig. Craig, great PT, use this guy. So he's already got that client before they walk through the door.
Yeah.
So until you've established yourself with the clients that you had, which could have been few or none, then you didn't really have the reputation. It's all about building your reputation and getting the results. Yeah,
which must have been like hard, because how you meant to get a ball, or you were saying like people are coming like staying for 1 month.
Yeah, when clients are already taken.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
people going for it. You were saying people come in for a month, being a PT in that one gym for a month, and then leaving.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because they just couldn't make it pay?
They couldn't make it pay because like rent was extortionate. Like when you first went, like they had like a bit of a scheme where like you work so many hours and your rent was cheap, and then all of a sudden after like it's a bit different now. I know some gyms are a bit more lenient with it, but you did so many hours and your rent was cheap, and then after so many months they put you on full whack then, and it's like £400 or £500 a month paying rent. So the first, say, you don't always charge this, but you say you're charging £30 an hour, your first 10 to 15 hours of that month is just paying your rent.
What I've always wondered as well, say you've got, say we'll just say we've got two clients here. We've got Bob and Jim.
Yeah.
Jim. I can't really say Jim. Jim in the gym.
Jim in the gym. No, you have to change that, mate. Change it,
Bob and Dave.
Yeah,
we got Bob and Dave. Bob trains at one gym.
Yeah.
Dave trains at the other. But they both want you to be their personal trainer. What's the crack? I've always wondered, what's the crack with that? So say if you're not a member at that gym, but Bob got... Do they... If he went to the reception or whatever and said, look, I've got a personal trainer, is he alright to come in? What's the protocol there?
It's discretion of the gym, I think. Like, there's certain gyms where I know, and I always ask first, I'll say, can I come in here if I pay for two people to come in?
Yeah.
Like, or if they're a member of the gym, if I pay myself to go in, can I train this person? But you have to produce your insurances and all that, because you obviously have your own public liability, indemnity and all that. So they'll ask for all that. It can be done, but it is a discretion of the gym. If they feel as though... Because some gyms don't have personal trainers, but like say you walked into the one near here. I don't know, I'm going to have to name drop.
Well, we'll just say we'll say generic. Yeah, you can name drop. We'll say Pure Gym, for example, because that's nationwide.
I'll say Pure Gym, yeah. It's got its own personal trainers. The pictures are up on the wall. They're employed by... Technically employed by Pure Gym. They're self-employed, but they're in Pure Gym. So... Pure Gym are providing that client base. They're paying rent there, so why should they let anyone else in to come and do it?
Yeah.
Like I could be paying each time £6 or £12 for me and a client to go in, where they're paying high rent to get that client base, and you're taking clients off them. I could be a member at that gym,
yeah,
and then say, oh yeah, I'll train you, but I'm only paying £16 a month, where trainers are paying for the facilities a full rent to get the picture up on the wall. Say they're a personal trainer there, and so if you got, I think in Pure Gym and stuff like that, they'd just be like, "Nah, mate, out the door, get going."
So what if a client comes up to you and they're not assigned to any gym? Will you try and get them in the gym that you're already signed up to?
When I was in commercial, probably yeah, because that's your place of work. When you walk in, and to get your client base, you're there from when the doors open to when they shut. So it's like long days. Obviously, you might have other things on. You can literally go in and out of the gym as much as you want, but you want to be there as much as you can, just so people see your face. It's like this guy's a trainer. Let's get chatting to him. You get chatting to people. You build a rapport with everyone. You get your clients that way. But now, obviously, I'm doing it outside of the gym. There's so many other ways of training. Like I have mainly home clients now, where I travel to them.
Yeah.
So at the minute, I'm just carrying gear around. I'll go in there, I'll plan sessions, I'll do it with them, they'll smash it in, out there, and it's convenient for them.
Yeah. And
like I said, some people don't like gyms, but there will be a time where you can only take them so far, and they'll be like, right, either come to the studio that I rent, it's basically a small gym, where no one else is there, or I've given you the tools now, let's go and do it, let's go to the studio once, I'll show you what to do, then you can go and join the gym, and then you can cut down sessions with me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do myself out of work, but I don't want to go off either.
Yeah.
So if I'm, which is probably not a good sales tactic, but I'd rather not charge someone for my time if they don't need it.
Yeah.
If they're at a place where they can do it themselves, there's no need for me.
Yeah, well, that's good of you. That's good of you personally, because there's so many. I see so many people like in the gym that I train in. You can see there's so many. I'll see a PT one day, and then 3 months later, I'll see the same PT with the same client doing the exact same things on like like hill sprints on the treadmill. Like, why you pay? Why is this PT taking money off you?
But sometimes
it's a motivation thing. A lot of time, people feel. I think a lot of people, they feel like if they're paying for it, then they're gonna do it. It's weird. It must be something to do.
Like you say, like if they're paying for it, they're gonna do it. I've been told before from clients, if you weren't here, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you weren't stood next to me saying, "Right, come on, let's go," I just wouldn't do it. I'd just be like still sat on the couch, not doing it. So that's when it comes back to the motivation thing. If people are paying for motivation, fine.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. If me telling you we've got a session at this time, be there, be on time, let's get it done. If that's what you're paying for, that's fine. Obviously, there's more to it than that, but that works. And sometimes that's all you need. Like some people know how to train, they just don't do it.
Yeah.
They just need someone to say, "Right, come on, let's do it."
So, what's your main demographic? Which age group's the most popular of your clients?
It's probably this is quite a wide range, but most of my clients are between 20 and 30.
Right.
I do have a few older clients, but it's a completely different ball game because they do it like they've been in maybe sedimentary jobs and stuff like that, and they have aches and pains and stuff like that, and we have to work a lot differently with them. Like the 20 to 30 want to get in shape.
Yeah.
They want to push hard. And then this is the difficult part of training. You have to make that transition from one session to another. Yeah. Where 1 minute you're like, your balls to the wall, you're like, come on, let's smash it, let's get it done. Lift this, push hard, push. And then the next minute you've got to be nice and calm. You've got to be like, let's work on this bit because we know that's bit that we're trying to get through, we're trying to strengthen this part of the body. And it's a lot more slow pace. But yeah, my back to the original question is probably about 20 to 30.
What are your clients saying? Do you know when they're first tapping you up? Instead of tapping you up it's trying to pull you.
Yeah, don't let me know.
when they're first contacting you, what are they saying to you? Is it mainly, I'm really unhappy with my weight? But it
could be a mixture of things. The first one is first question.
What's the most common?
Most common question. Yeah. How much? Straight away.
So they don't even ask about the training.
No.
How much?
No.
Well, it's just how much per session.
Yeah. How much do you charge for your session? Straight off the cuff. And I'll tell you exactly what happens now. This is the system that I find, and it might not be the same for everyone. But they ask me how much. I send them the prices. They go, "Oh shit, that's too expensive," and they go away. Mm-hmm. And then don't force sales, but they tend to find that everyone's a similar price because there's more to it than just that 1 hour session.
Yeah.
We're sat on laptops. We're thinking about it. We're calculating macros. We're doing all that.
Yeah.
We're actually thinking. Well, if a trainer who cares will actually think about it and plan sessions correctly to reach their goals. Calculate everything for the diet, stuff like that. But they do tend to come back and realise, right, okay, but and then they start getting a dialogue then where you have a conversation with them, and that's when you start building more of a relationship, and then that, and it's not, I'm going to say that's when you get them, but it's not like I'm trying to just money grab, but that's when they realise, okay, I want to train with this guy.
Yeah.
I get on with this guy. I don't really I've spoke to 4 other PTs, and that's the one thing I recommend to people is if you're looking for a PT, don't just go to one and say, right, that's okay. Right, asking for a price. I'll go with the cheapest. You've got to be able to get on with your trainer. If you don't click, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't a product that you're selling. This is a lifestyle. What they're buying into, in my opinion.
Exactly my opinion too, mate. I don't look at it as in like you say, buying a product. It's not like going buying a DVD or buying a phone.
Yeah,
you're investing. Firstly, you invest in yourself. The first thing you've got to think of is, this is my frame of mind. This is someone who's come to me who wants to make a change, and they want to invest in themselves and make their life better. And then they've done the hardest part doing that. But you have to be careful. They've got to click with you. That's the biggest thing. They've got to click with you, because you imagine you're training and someone who's stood next to you telling you what to do pisses you off. You just don't want to do it, do you?
No.
You're not going to give 100% effort. And you've got to find the right trainer for you.
Yeah. These I think, like, going back to the whole money thing, I struggle to get my head around this. I mean, I've never had a personal trainer. I've been lifting weights on and off since I was 15. Yeah. So the knowledge I've gained in them, we'll say 10 years, the knowledge I've gained in them 12 years, I know what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be eating, what I should be eating. I kind of know how to do it myself.
Yeah, but you've put yourself in that situation.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, these other people haven't, and I think a lot of people can be scared off by price.
Yeah.
So
definitely,
I've come up with a little train of thought here. So people who are moaning about the prices, at the same time they're moaning about how much they weigh. Yeah. And in my opinion, one of the main causes of weight gain in Britain and within the British culture is down to drink. These people who are moaning about the weight, they're probably the same ones who are going out at the weekend, getting blasted on a Friday, blasted on a Friday and a Saturday. They'll probably spend 200 quid on booze and whatever else. Yet they'll moan about a price of a PT and investing in themselves.
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty fucking mad.
I know what you're saying. It's like I say, they could be spending 200 quid at a weekend. Say they're spending 100 quid at a weekend. Let's say 4-week month. That's 400 quid. It's not going to cost you 400 quid for a PT a month.
No.
For say 2 to 3 sessions a week, that's not going to cost you 400 quid. Yeah, and like you say, it can relate to that, but there's other things that could be causing them to gain weight, like this, like they might drink because of stress. It could be the job. It could be something that's happening in their life, stuff like that, and they use that as a release.
Mm-hmm.
But I totally understand what you're saying, because they could spend that money on a PT or something to do with self-investment, getting themselves fitter, getting them back in shape, and use that energy rather than going out, energy and money rather than going out wasting it, binging, getting that short-term release and getting a long-term feel better body, healthier body, and better state of mind, really, because it does. When you train and your body's healthy, your mind's healthy, it just all clicks together.
That's exactly what I was going to come on to next, because I think when you've got a poor mental state, you don't have to have mental health issues, but the way I see it is like you can have things what are junk values. Like if you eat junk food all the time, you're gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
If you're eating chocolate, eating fucking microwave meals, just eating takeaways 3 times a week, you're not gonna look good.
You're not gonna feel good either.
No, and you're not gonna feel good. And it's the same for your mind. Your mind, like I believe that you can have a mind diet, right?
Yeah.
So you have junk food when you're eating shit all the time. You can have junk values for your mental diet as well.
Yeah.
These junk values, in my opinion, overdoing social media. You see so many people, you go on a train, you go on you can go on a train, you can have a walk in the park. It's quite a sad state that we're in at the minute.
Yeah.
In society, you see kids, you'll see a girl pushing a pram, and she'll be pushing a pram, have another little lad by her side or a little girl by the side.
Yeah.
Staring into a phone with her other hand.
Yeah. Eyes are always on the screen.
I think there is definitely a direct, in my opinion, a correlation between poor mental health and poor diet.
Yeah.
And like you said, I believe in that as well. When your head's in a good place, then I think your body's in a good place. I'll use a perfect example, a personal example. I spoke with you off the pod about it. I was out of the gym, not training for 12 weeks due to sciatica.
Yeah. So
I couldn't sit down. The only things I could do was stand up or lie on my front. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't train. There was no way I could have trained with it, because it was to anybody who doesn't know what sciatica is, there's at the bottom of your spine, you've got a sciatic nerve, which then runs down the backs of your legs, right down to your ankles. And I had the case of sciatica I had, it was piriformis syndrome. So it was a tiny, if you're watching this on video, tiny little muscle like that big, which sits behind your glutes. It sits behind your glutes. And
you need to watch the video for that, mate, otherwise you won't get as far.
Yeah, if you're on audio,
sciatica's not
you won't
funny.
Get his laughing. So yeah, it's a tiny little muscle that sits behind your glutes, and what mine was doing, it was spasming. So it was spasming onto my sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
And which then left my right leg literally it was just excruciating pain. I was having I'd have like 2 hours sleep, and then I'd wake up in pain. I'd have to do like I'd have to walk around my apartment for about 50 minutes just to get rid of the pain.
Yeah.
Eventually, I managed to. I mean, it's still not 100% now. This was quite recent as well. It's still not 100% now.
And you go to the doctors and all you get
moving and take painkillers. Well, this is the thing. If anyone's listening to this and they do have sciatica, don't go to a fucking doctor. I'm being deadly serious. I went to the doctors, right? And I know the I'm not slagging off the NHS when I'm saying about this, but
you are a little bit.
No. I went to the doctors, right? So I got it whilst I was on holiday. So my 4-hour flight home, bear in mind I can't sit down, I'm flying back from Tenerife, 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I was like a fucking yo-yo. I was up and down, up and down, up and down. Flight attendant looking at me like, what's he doing? Is he mentally ill? Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, bobbing up and down. Anyway, so I got back on a Sunday, and my leg, it was just in agony. I just wanted to sit down again.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. I could not sit down. So, without being in pain, I think it was like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then it just wrecked me. The pain would be killing me. So I came back and I went to the walk-in in an A&E. And there were a doctor in there because I couldn't get into a doctor's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I went to A&E and he said, right, I'm going to prescribe you with these medium dose co-codamol painkillers, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, whilst I was away, I was looking deep into what sciatica is, what can solve it and everything. So sure enough, went and picked up these co-cordamols, not even strong ones, mild ones. This is like fucking nerve, it's the nerve what's causing the pain. Yeah. He's giving me a painkiller for me nervous system. Yeah. So I straight away I thought, right, Monday came. And then I went to the doctors. So I thought, he's got to give me something like, not just a painkiller. They're not going to do nothing. Anybody who's taken co-codamol, you'll know that all it does is send you to sleep. If you have too many of them, it just knocks you out. It does. It was kind of helping me sleep. But they weren't even the strong ones. Like I said, there was a mild one. So I went to the doctors. And I said, look, I went to the walk-in. The doctor in there, I think he just wanted to get me out of the room. He's kind of like, why the fuck are you coming to an A&E? But I needed him. Because I was on holiday, I weren't 100% what it was, and he confirmed that it was sciatica. Yeah. So I went to the doctors. And then the doctor then has given me diazepam and a stronger co-codamol. Diazepam, fair enough, because that can relax your nerves. Yeah. So I took them, still no joy. So if you do get sciatica, what I'm trying to say is, if you do, in the end, after 10 weeks, I took my stingy ass to a chiropractor. Yeah. And they use this machine, which they use in the Olympics on Olympians, and it's kind of like, imagine like a Black & Decker drill. Yeah, like a hammer drill. With like a massaging thing on the end. It was really strange, and they was like, it was like they were fracking my ass. Oh. They're just plumbing away like that with this machine. So I went there. I went to this chiropractors a couple of times, Parson Chiropractors. If you're in the Northwest region, get yourself down there. Big up Mr. Parson. John, his name is. John Parson, just plugged in. There you go. But yeah, he actually recommended magnesium. Yeah. Magnesium stops muscle spasms. I never knew this. And I think after a couple of weeks of seeing him, I was able to sit down again. 12 weeks without sitting down. Yeah. So out of work for 12 weeks. And obviously in them 12 weeks, I then slipped into the frame of mind of...
How many times did you see him?
Only twice.
Exactly. That's a sign, and it's same with PTing.
And again, it was money. Yeah. I can't be asked paying it, because the thing is with sciatica as well. I've read a lot of things online. I looked at a lot of vlogs on YouTube about what people were posting about it, and they were saying the same thing. Like, you can wake up one morning, it's just gone.
Yeah.
It's getting that sciatic nerve off what's irritating it.
Yeah.
Which is, it's dead mad.
But it's back to, sorry, just jumping what I was going to say then, is that's a sign, and it's kind of related to PT, and a good PT you won't have forever. That chiropractor you've seen twice, you managed to solve the problem. But you might only see other people twice, but if it ever happens again, it'll go back, won't you?
Yeah. He was like the OG.
Yeah.
He's like an OG of the chiropractic world as well. He was semi-retired. He was like late 60s.
Right.
But it was his business, but he still had clients. So, you know, he kind of, obviously he's doing it for the dough as well. But he did it kind of for the passion of the thing. But yeah, I mean, so 12 weeks out, I was eating shit, really. Not proper shit. I was still making stuff from scratch.
Yeah.
But I wasn't eating, before that, like last August, I did 2 stone in 2 months.
Yeah.
By going no carb and training like a fucking beast. It was hard, but I managed to do it. And I got myself in good nick.
I remember.
And then, yeah, I know exactly. So people might be watching this like, this is rich, him making a fucking podcast about fitness. But yeah, so I got myself in good nick from doing no carbs. Not many people agree with that diet. Tell a lie, I was having oats in the morning. They were the only carbs I was having.
Yeah.
I was having oats in the morning. Do your clients need get their meal plans off you as well? And
they do, but it's a tough one because I don't like doing meal plans because I'd rather educate the person to make the right choice themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want to give someone a meal plan, go eat this, weigh this. I do it, but I say to them, right, we're going to do this. Stick to it the best we can, but try and make these choices rather than, weigh this much chicken out, weigh this much veg out, weigh this much whatever. Because if you do that, they just follow a plan.
Yeah.
As soon as that plan's done, they forget about it, and they're like, they'll not. That's not set in their mind. So I tend to do like a meal plan, nutrition plan. I like to call it, not a meal plan, because I'll give them information on nutrition, and I'll say, right, let's do this, and then keep a food diary. Start logging everything you're eating, even if it's not on the plan I'll give you. Get it in there. We'll see how many calories you're taking each day. Then we'll split it up into your macros, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your sugars, all that sort of thing. And then they educates them. Like, as soon as they write down like an egg, it's got so many grams of protein in it. Then automatically in their subconscious they're going, right, well, I know an egg has this much protein. I should have this with this meal. I know there's so many carbs in this certain food. I can have that much of that. Without even thinking, they're just going, right, bit of this, bit of that, and they know it's not bad for them. Where, if you, like I said, if you give them a meal plan, say eat this much this time, then that's it. They'll just forget what they've done. They'll get results, but you're not educating them into training them. Another type of training. So like, you can train people physically, but you can train people like on nutrition as well. So they're gaining the knowledge of nutrition. So like I said, they won't need me forever.
Yeah. So
once they've reached their goals and they're happy or whatever, and they say, right, okay, I want to reduce my sessions, or I'm okay now, I can do it myself, I can maintain myself, and they've got it in their mind that they can make them right food. Like you said before, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah. Not
just a purchase. They're not just purchasing a nutrition plan. We're trying to change people's way of thinking.
Yeah.
And educate them at the same time.
Do you see people slipping in and out of diets then?
Yeah.
Or I'll reword that. Do you see people undoing like all the hard work, and you can?
My aim is to not let people do it. Teach people not to do that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, I don't. I like to think I've done a good enough job for them not to do that.
Yeah.
But people do relapse. I relapse.
Yeah.
I mean, I can set out my macros, and then all of a sudden, like 1 week, I've had a shit week. Something's happened. I'm like, right now, I'm just smashing pizza. And so it's just like, I've ruined it all. But if you haven't ruined it all, that's just one day.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. People don't bounce back. Some people don't bounce back as quick as others. I have one client. Let's call him A. He'll say I share a food diary with him on Microsoft OneDrive, so I can edit it, he can edit it.
Yeah. And
he knows I look at it, and he'll say to me when I go in to a session, like, "Oh, fuck it, I've slipped up on my diet and I've done shit there." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's only one day, and I noticed it, but it's only one day. Let's get back on it tomorrow." You cannot change what you've done, but you can change what you do. You can change what you do tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's straight back on it. He's tuned back in. He's just like sorts it out straight away. Where some people won't, they'll fall into a rut. The biggest thing is falling into a rut. So say you relapse and like you feel like you've ruined it all, and it's like, oh, there's no point now, and then you fall back into your old ways.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do. That's a proper relapse. That's where you like really start to, like you say, unwind things or undo things and start moving back to where you was.
Yeah, you were saying about yourself as well, like you'd sometimes relapse, but you bounce straight back. In your game, self-image is very, very important, isn't it?
Yeah,
because
it is, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, but people, yeah, I know. But what I'm trying to say is, they're not gonna say if you was 18 stone. You knew everything.
Yeah.
You knew everything. Yeah. You was great at doing diet plans. You've trained people for years, but what are you? 5'9", 5'10"?
I'd like to say 5'11", but I'm not.
We'll say 5'10". So you're 5'10", and if you're like 18 stone at 5'10", obviously that's a very, very heavy weight. You know that you might have clients who known you when you was 13 stone, 12.5 stone, shredded, 7% body fat.
Yeah.
But these new clients, they're not like what I'm trying to say about self-image. These new, like, say if new clients were coming in, they're not going to want an 18 stone out of shape bloke. Although he knows everything, people can just look. He knows everything. Yeah. They'll just look at him and think he's a personal trainer. Do you know what I mean? I know it's very judgmental.
It is,
but
no matter what you say, people still judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, of course they do.
And it's like
it's getting worse.
Some of the trainers some of the best trainers I know aren't necessarily in super shape. They can be, but the difference is you can have someone who's not muscly. Mm-hmm. He could be dead skinny, but fuck me, he can smash a triathlon.
Yeah.
Absolutely smash it. Next guy is, say, super huge. Can lift like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or in awesome shape. People like look at that and think, oh, wow, this guy's awesome. The other guy is like, but because he might be doing triathlons and you don't know him, he's like, he's skinny, man. Why would I want to train with him?
Yeah.
And it's like the triathlon guy could have way more knowledge than the other guy.
Yeah.
But no one really knows that.
Yeah.
But it is tough.
People just judge, like you say, people do just judge straight away.
That's another thing I say when you look at the work that they've done.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've only within the last year come back into the game, so my portfolio this time round isn't massive at the minute.
Yeah.
It's good, small, but it's good. And just look at what they've done before, look at reviews, look at stuff like that. You find it hard to find a bad review because none of us put them on. But touch wood, I've not had one this time.
That's good.
And I didn't actually have one before. I had one complaint last time, but I'm not going to get into that. But it was a difference of opinion. It was nothing to do with results. It was a difference of opinion. But yeah, look at people's background and people specifying certain things as well. Like if someone came to me and said, "Right, I'm doing a show.
Yeah.
I want to be like I want to be ready for this show in say a year." For me, that's not my forte. I'll be like, listen.
You want to get a bodybuilding coach.
You want to get a bodybuilding coach. Yeah. It's like, don't get me wrong. If they really wanted me, I'd do the research. I'd try my best. I'd do it. I'd give everything I've got to get them to that point. But first initial reaction for me would be, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
Like I can get you. I can work on the hypertrophy effect. I can do stuff. I can get you in good shape. But to take it to that next level, you're going to need someone else. I can only get you so far. And then, but if they turn around to me and said, "No, listen, I want to do this with you. I'd do everything in my power," and I'd give it a go.
Where they want to be.
But like I say initially, you've got to understand that he'll probably ask, if someone asks me that, and I say, "No, that's not my forte." Try and find someone who is. Look at so many different trainers first. Find out what they specialise in. Push hard to find the right trainer for you.
Yeah.
Before you start committing to, because it is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, and like I say, there's more to it than just that 1 hour session. But if you're going to pay that much money, you want to get where you want to be.
Yeah, of course you do.
So you've got to find your value for money as well, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. So in the UK at the minute, I think there's a lot of lazy people mixed with, people who are full of excuses mixed with we're not the supermarkets and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of, as a nation, not helping ourselves. I notice an example that I've got. I walk into Tesco, right? Other supermarkets are available. I walk into Tesco or Asda, fuck Waitrose. But yeah, I walk into Tesco. Do you know what the first thing I see? Walk through the scanners. To the left, you've got crates of Coca-Cola, right? Yeah. And then with them, you've got cases of beer all on offer. That's one of the first things.
Cheap as well.
Yeah. So the beer and everything, that's on offer. That's the first thing you see. Walk a little bit further, you've got a little stand to the right-hand side with a load of cakes on. Mm-hmm. Walk a little bit further than that, and then you've got a Krispy Kreme donut stand. Walk a little bit further than that, on the left-hand side in an aisle, on the special buys, if you will. You've got like crisps, more booze, shit like that. I think product placement, like everyone, MPs are, some MPs say like, we're getting too unhealthy as a nation. We need to do this. We need to do that. Well, let's start with the fucking supermarkets, right?
Yeah.
Because the product placement in these supermarkets is piss poor.
It's not for them.
No, I know that's
it's such a money making thing.
Yeah, I know, but what can they do? All right, I can kind of see why they're doing it, because alcohol, they make a fuckload of money on tax, but they can implement things. To say to these supermarkets, look, you need to stop putting shit. You need to stop putting shit at the front of your shops. The product placement is piss poor.
Yeah, it is, and it's like it tempts you. That's all it does.
Of course it does. Say if you're on a diet, right? You've been grinding this diet for 2 weeks. First thing you see when you're walking in is a fucking Krispy Kreme donut stand.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's clever marketing. That's how they're really good at it. Don't get me wrong, but like you say. And it's cheap as well, man. Like, it's actually cheaper to go and buy shit food than it is healthy food.
Well, I was going to get onto that as well, because a lot of people do find that, they do feel like it's too expensive to go on these diets.
Yeah, it is. It's like, I don't know. There is ways around it. You can do it in a cheap way and still eat healthy, but it's like you go in and you buy, even veg is more expensive than like buying like fucking 5 donuts. You know what I mean? It's like dirt cheap to buy 5 donuts.
You can get 5. I fucking love sausage rolls, so I know the prices in pretty much every supermarket.
Yeah, they know that. I'm sticking at the front.
I've not had a sausage roll in ages, actually. In my time, I've been partial to a sausage.
Guess where Byrons going after this?
Greg's. I've been partial to a sausage roll or two. You can get a 5-pack of sausage rolls for £1.
And they're quick and they're convenient.
Exactly. Just put them out, and you can't just eat one sausage roll. You get the whole fucking lot with a bottle of ketchup. No, but yeah. So actually, perfect example. You get 5 sausage rolls, Walls when they're on offers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get I want a sponsor from Walls. Walls sausage rolls when they're on offer, you can get 5 for £1, and they are like decent sausage rolls, right? Or you can go and get. This is the argument people have got. You can get a bag of mixed leaf salad, which I use for my lunch every day at work.
Yeah.
And that's £1 as well.
Yeah.
To somebody, like, what's more appealing than fucking sausage rolls or a bag of... To the majority of people, what's more appealing? Them sausage rolls or the bag of salad.
Sausage rolls every time.
And then you've got another thing, like, I mean, I shouldn't really be able to chip in my 2 pence on this because I don't have any kids. But I am seeing a lot of overweight kids knocking around.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time I look at them, there's like there's kids around here.
Yeah.
Around my area, should I say. I don't want to go any deeper than that, but there's kids in this area who are no older than like 11, 12, and they're massive. Like they're proper big, but I know it's not really my place to say because I've not experienced it because I've got no kids, but it's got to be lazy parenting, just putting processed food in a fucking oven.
It's not even that, mate.
Just because it's easy. It's got to be, mate.
That and what we were talking about before, the screens you're looking at all the time. Kids don't go out anymore, man. When I was a kid, I ran around and played football for 6 hours a day.
Well, you could when Streetlight came on, you came in. So from dusk till dawn. And until that street light came on, then you were coming in, weren't you?
Now kids are stuck to Xboxes, iPads, and iPhones,
and they're not moving.
They
are not moving.
It's a simple formula to losing weight, right? And it is literally eat less, move more.
Yeah, burn more than you consume.
It's not,
calorie deficit.
It works.
It's just basic science.
Yeah,
isn't it?
You can go into all this bullshit of body types and stuff like that. It's bullshit.
There will be some people who do have unfortunate disorders.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and it's out of their control. And I mean, I've always been quite a big lad, but I've always tried to. Well, I'd say more so since I stopped working abroad. I've took a lot more pride in looking after myself.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing stuff that I was, you know, if you drinking and stuff like that. I was going out fucking Wednesday to Mondays and then waking up and thinking on a Monday, oh, I look like shit. Why? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, no fucking wonder why you're drinking beer for fucking 5 days.
Binging, yeah.
That's what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. I just think like the easiest way for me to lose weight was by the no carbs and going on a calorie deficit,
which doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah, but there is other things what come into it. Like, I'm not making an excuse for myself here because I've known for years, but I've got a slow metabolism. Mm-hmm. But I do things to counter that. Every morning when I wake up, I'll have a green tea extract tablet just to speed it up. Do you know what I mean? Well, at the minute, I'm doing 3 pills in the morning. I'm doing a green tea extract tablet to speed up my metabolism. I'll have a multivit tablet just to get minerals and vitamins in my system, and magnesium for the fucking sciatica.
Yeah, but they're all supplements. Like,
yeah.
Bar the magnesium because you need that for the sciatica.
Yeah,
they're all supplements in Asia. If you took them and that shit, it wouldn't work. So like,
of course
they're the supplements to your good diet anyway. Mm-hmm. So they're not a replacement, or they're not cancelling out all that other shit. They're still supplements. So like, you're still having to graft hard and eat right. And to be fair, you get used to it. Cravings go. Yeah. I know you're craving a sausage roll right now, but cravings go.
Honestly, I'm not. Like, I feel like at the minute, like since when was it? August. So last year, I properly started August 2017. I was unhappy with my weight. I looked like shit. I did. I looked like shit.
Yeah, you didn't look like shit. You're still a lovely boy in my eyes.
I was really unhappy with myself. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. Which doesn't always show. Like, no,
of course it doesn't.
You know,
I knew that I needed to sort myself out, and I did. It's like three or 4 years ago. No, probably longer than that. 5 years ago, I gave up sugar completely. Sugar from my tea, sugar from my coffee. I know there's sugar in a lot of things, but I'm talking like I've always been a savoury, not sweet guy, hence the sausage rolls.
Yeah.
So like, I don't entertain chocolate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know like people were saying to me then like, how are you this size? Yeah. When I weren't happy with my weight.
Yeah.
How are you this size, but you hardly drink anymore?
Yeah.
7 years in Bulgaria did that for me. I got bored of drinking. You don't drink anymore. You don't take sugar. You don't really eat shit. How's it happening? And I knew how it was happening. I'd say to them, I don't know. But I knew how it was happening. I was eating big fucking meals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big
overeating.
Overeating, but late at night as well. So I'd be having my tea or dinner, depends where you're from, at 9 o'clock at night. And I'll be going to sleep at 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so then I'm just sleeping on my meals.
To me, I've tried and tested this, right? But yeah, you're right. And you say you're having a big meal at 9 o'clock. Like,
I was overeating.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, you can eat at 9 o'clock, but this is where the timing of food comes in. It's what you eat and how much of it at 9 o'clock at night. You know, you can have certain foods that probably... Because I'm up so early, I find I'm hungry as hell at night. Like, hungry at night. So I try, when I wake up in the morning, I train sometimes early in the morning, then I have to have something after it because I'm so hungry, but I'll try and eat later on in the day.
Yeah.
So when I spread my meals out, they do finish a bit later.
Yeah.
So I'm not hungry when I'm going to bed, because I go to bed hungry, I just don't sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's worse. Not having sleep is like probably one of the worst things you can do. Sleep is a big thing, especially with training.
How many hours would you recommend a night? Would you say the full 8? Because I've read a lot of different things about this, and I've read ages ago that the monks, like years ago, like these old Shaolin monks, they reckon you're most productive and your body works at a better rate when you're having 4 to 5 hours a night. It is. I know it's different. It's horses for courses. Different people function off different. For me, I think I function the best when I have between 4 and 6 hours.
Yeah.
I feel a bit more lethargic when I'm having 8 hours a night.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what you're doing, for starters. So if you're training hard and you're doing a lot during the week, you're going to be knackered anyway. You need that sleep. And the other thing is when you sleep, your brain, it files. So like everything that's going on, you'll wake up and be more productive with the right amount of sleep. So you will have. It's tough to say, but I'd say around 7, anywhere near 7.
Yeah.
Because when you're sleeping, your brain puts stuff in an order subconsciously.
Yeah.
You'll have all that stuff during the day. You go to bed, and then rather than having like 4 hours sleep and then waking up, not for everyone, but you wake up 4 hours sleep and then you suffer. You're not as productive the next day because your brain hasn't had time to process everything. And it's to do with hormones as well. Your hormone levels change whilst you're asleep.
Yeah.
Everything changes in your body, and then when you wake up, your hormones are all different again and stuff like that. But I'd say about 7 hours. 7 hours is sufficient.
Yeah.
Because you can have too much sleep.
Oh yeah, you can.
It makes you feel.
I feel it's like I cannot do napping.
Yeah.
If I'm napping, I'm waking up the next day. I feel like shit when I wake up after a nap.
There's a difference between a nap, like this. Every now and again, I'll rest my eyes for like 10-15 minutes just to give me that boost. But if you go to sleep for anywhere like half an hour, 45 minutes, you can wake up feeling like shit.
Yeah.
And it puts you in because you fall into a deep sleep. There's sleeping, and you can fall into a deep sleep. As soon as you're in that deep sleep, and then you try and come back.
That's the vital sleep you need, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's where you want to be. But if you say you fall into that for 20 minutes, you're going to wake up and you're like, that's not enough.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets you.
Yeah.
I'm not a sleep expert, though, so don't call me on. But I'll tell you now, I need 7.
We'll go back to the UK. I've got some stats here.
Go.
Right.
That's what I was trying to load on my phone before that you've edited out. Welcome to it.
Got it. Stop banging on here as well because it'll ding through.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Dun, dun. So every time you're a dun, it's Tom's fault. So, some stats. You ready?
Yeah.
29% of adults in the UK classed as obese.
Yeah, which has increased.
Yeah, it has. It's a 3% increase from last year or the year before. Or from 2016 to 2019, I think it was like a 6-7% increase. Yeah. In 2014, 84% of adults in the UK had 25% or over 25% or more body fat.
Yeah.
20%, this is a bad one, 20% of year 6 children.
Yeah.
So if you're not from the UK, year 6 is a school grade. And how old are the kids in year 6? 10 to 11?
Yeah, it's last year primary school.
How old are you when you go high school? 12 or 11? You're 11, aren't you?
I think it's changed now, isn't it? I think.
No, you go when you're 11, don't you? Year 7.
Or has it changed now? You stay somewhere for longer now, anyway.
Wait, 11. Yeah, it was 5 years, isn't it? 11 till 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are 10 to 11-year-olds. 20% of year 6 children are classed as obese. 10,660 hospital admissions last year due to obesity.
You've been on the NHS, you?
Yeah, this is all from a reliable source. 711,000 hospital admissions where obesity is a factor. 5 a day. What percentage of adults? Actually, you've read this, didn't you?
Yeah.
29% of adults actually consume the 5 a day. 18% of children. Yeah. I think then stats are fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
I know. We're nowhere near. Sorry, American listeners, but your country has a huge obesity epidemic on its hands, and it has done for years.
Which is weird because
we're slowly going that way.
Yeah, because in America they're way more advanced than us on fitness.
I know.
Like they're so.
But thing is with Americans, there's not much middle ground there. They're either like the jocks, do you know what I mean, who are really really fit, or they're like. Well,
there is people in between, but I mean, like,
Rarely.
Yeah.
Rarely. Not like here.
A lot of people, a lot of trainers and stuff will go. I don't know about it anymore, but I know a lot of people who went to America to learn, like certain things. Like when I first started, a lot of people were doing like Charles Parker and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
in America, and it just went over there because he was so more advanced, and it's just weird.
Yeah.
But they have a much bigger population as well.
Well, yeah, they do. Yeah, but then look at Russia.
Yeah.
All these super athletes from Russia. I know there's a lot of
Doping
and
and
stuff, and we'll get fucking sniped. Sniped as soon as this comes out. If you don't hear from us again, it was nice knowing you.
Don't tag me.
No, but they're like, you don't. Have you ever seen a fat Russian? I don't think I have.
No, but I've never been Russia either.
I've been Bulgaria, and there were quite a few Russians there. They're all.
I've been Bulgaria skiing, though everyone wore big jackets.
Going back to what we were saying as well about so I'll start. I know we've gone off topic a little bit, but I was saying about the lazy people and the excuses. So, like, when I say excuses, I'm on about time. Like, people have this massive concept about time.
Yeah.
If I don't, I've not got the time to go to the gym for an hour. I've not got the time, not even just going to the gym. I've not got the time to go and exercise for an hour. I've not got the time to do this. I've not got the time to do that. In my eyes, you can exercise anywhere. You can exercise at home.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have commitments with children and stuff like that. But
yeah, I've got kids on, man. I still train. I
you
still train and work on social hours.
And you could. What I'm trying to say is, you're a parent. You could still train within your home.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
But people are making these excuses. That they don't have enough time to spend even like half an hour to train. These same people, you'll see them posting on social media, on Snapchats, whatever, on Facebook, Twitter. They've got the time to watch, going back to Drunk Values as well.
Yeah.
They've got time to watch Love Island for an hour. This is just a generic example. They've got time to watch Love Island for an hour.
Tommy for the win.
Team Tommy. I don't watch that bollocks. But yeah, it's your missus.
Yeah.
Just in it.
Tommy to win.
Yeah, just in the boxes. Tyson's brother.
Yeah.
But they've got the going back to Drunk Values as well. It goes hand in hand. So they've got time to watch Love Island for an hour. What are they going to gain out of it? Nothing.
Prioritising the wrong thing.
Well, yeah, but what they're gonna gain from that? Nothing. Yeah. We're on about self gain as well before. Investing in the self.
Yeah.
Invest that 1 hour
exactly
into fucking training. Or if you're scrolling through your phone, you know that you've not got an hour. I've not got an hour to do this. Well, you've been scrolling on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for an hour. So why have you not got an hour? What have you spent that hour?
Yeah.
Exercising, even just like going out for a walk, stick your headphones in, put some music on, get moving.
That's the difference between people. You can tell when people really want to make a change, because you see, prime example is January. Everyone hits that gym in January.
Oh yeah, it's like a Royal Rumble, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an absolute jungle.
Rock, paper, scissors to get on treadmill.
Yeah, you're in there, it's packed. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm doing it this time. Blah blah blah. They start aching. They're like, this is tough. They give it up. Gym goes quiet again. People who really want to make a change, I reckon, like say every 20 people who come from that door, two will stay. And they're the people who at the beginning said, right, I want to make this change, and they actually wanted to make the change. The other people were doing it as though, right, it's January, this is the thing to do, let's do it, and then they just give up. They start feeling the aches and pains, and then they just go back to where they was. Start prioritising the wrong thing. Don't invest in themselves properly, and it's like they haven't committed as much as other people. So you have to really, really commit to where you want to go. Like, I've got kids. I don't have much time. I'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll go and train before my first client. Then I'm busy all the way throughout the day, and I get home sometimes late, sometimes normal time. But it was hard at first.
Yeah.
And that can put fucking anyone off. And I mean, getting up at 5 in the morning, chucking your gym kit on, driving to the gym, feeling tired. Once you get going, you're fine. You feel absolutely brilliant afterwards. But getting that routine, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Getting this part of your routine. As soon as you've got it in your routine, and you keep things interesting, that's another spiral off that in a minute. You keep things interesting, you'll go far. That's the biggest. As soon as it's in routine, it's embedded into your schedule. It's done. You're on it. You're there. You're going to hit goals. You're going to achieve. When you go for a month, and you think, and this is the other side to it. People want results instant nowadays.
Yeah.
2 weeks I want to be ripped. It's never going to happen.
No.
They say it doesn't work. Some people do get results quicker than others. Obviously, everybody's different. And then some people go to the gym for 4 weeks and go, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see results for like 6 to 8.
No, of course you're not.
It's like, and even if the small results, you're still not going to see in 6 to 8. You've got to get your body into that state where, like, you've got to change your body composition rather than just doing certain things. And there is different ways around it. Like, you can burn calories quicker in certain ways, and that's where those personal trainers come in, because we have the knowledge, we've tried and tested things, we've researched things, we know how certain things work. And then we pass it on to people to do it, but people will give up too quick. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
They give up so easily. It's like,
you're saying about routine as well. It is like it becomes custom after a while. Like I can program my body a lot with my diet. So my diet, when I'm trying to lose body fat,
yeah,
I've got a tried and tested method. A lot of people look at it and fucking hell, that's all you have. So I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
In the winter, I'll have my oats. I'll have oats in the morning. They'll be my only carbs. Now it's the summer, Weetabix.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of Weetabix when I wake up. Like I'm same as you. I'll wake up about 5:15. I have something to eat, and then I'll go to work. 10 o'clock, I'll have an apple.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, and these times are like very specific as well. Like my body knows, I can feel my stomach rumbling before 10 because it knows the apple's coming.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, it'll be a chicken or a tuna salad, and then my body knows then that it's not going to get anything to eat until I get home.
Yeah.
So then I'll get back home from work around 4:30, 5. Couple of Ryvita snack breads, the dry Ryvita things with sesame seeds on. I'll have a couple of them with a bit of fat-free cottage cheese, 2 of them, and then I'll go to the gym and train, come home, have my evening meal, go to bed, repeat. But my body knows that that's what it's going through.
Which, if you can handle that's fine, but I won't be able to handle that big gap. My body will.
There's other things I want to try though. Like, have you ever tried the intermittent fasting? Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of fasting, but it can work. It works for some people great.
8 hours eating, 16 hours not eating. So it's usually like, is it 8 till 12 in the afternoon till 8 you can eat?
Yeah.
And then them other 16 hours.
There's all different types of intermittent fasting, but it's like you can hit things like fasted cardio and stuff like that, and you see people drop body fat like no tomorrow. Right.
That's hard as well. I've tried that before.
It's killer.
So fucking hard.
I've done it to drop body fat, don't get me wrong, it works. It is tried and tested, it works. It doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah.
But the way I'm training at the minute, it's like I just want to be healthy, so I'm taking food in regular times all throughout the day, keeping that body fueled. Basically, like, I'm also trying to put on a bit of muscle as well, so the way I'm doing it, I'm gonna put on a bit of body fat too.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably put myself in a calorie deficit again, and then try and drop body fat.
Just keep cycling.
Yeah. But people who want to live a healthy lifestyle, you drop that weight, and then you want to be eating at regular times. Don't do all that intermittent. It is a temporary thing. You couldn't do intermittent fasting for the rest of your life.
No.
You just absolutely wear yourself out, and that's where, like I say, we can push to get people where they want to be. But then you've got to educate them how to maintain it and eat properly and train properly. Yeah. Whereas that's where people, I'm not going to name it in the other, but when they do these 6-week body transformation, they'll be like, right, eat this. You've got to attend these sessions a week. Done. 6 weeks in, everyone's lost fucking 3 stone. As soon as that 6 weeks is done, great, feel great. Go exactly, and they've been told what to do. Yeah. They're told why it's happening. They're in such a calorie deficit, they go away, they eat normally again, boom, weight back on. Yeah. Well, some people don't get me wrong. Some people take it on board and they go, right, I'm going to keep training myself, I'm going to do this, I know where I'm at. And for some reason, they fall into the routine of, I've got this done, I've got this down, I can calculate, I'll figure out how to calculate my macros, I'll do this. Yeah. Whereas people have paid so much to do a 6-week thing, drop 3 stone, and then boom, they're like, right, I'm 3 stone lighter now, let's go back to the way I was. And that's where the education side comes in. Like, when I say I want to teach people lifestyles, I want them to know what to do after if I'm not there.
See, when I was dropping the weight, I was doing between 12 and 1,500 calories a day.
Yeah.
Obviously, my job's quite physical. Working on site as a painter, you're always moving, rolling. Do you know what I mean? You are using you're using a lot of your energy, and then going and training as well, and only having them carbs in the morning. So that do you know what I mean? So it was quite hard. Like now, I'm bedding, but I've bedded back into the diet that I did have.
Yeah.
In my evening meal though, when I was having my evening meal then, I wasn't having no carbs. It was literally just meat and greens. Yeah. At the minute, I'm having a few more. Yeah. A few more carbs because it's summer, but.
Well, that's the thing though.
It's different. Everyone's different though. Like different diets work for different people. Like I know what my body's like. I know I need to go on a low calorie diet and just fucking graft. All right, I'm gonna feel zapped for energy because I'm doing quite a physical job and then I'm working hard in the gym. But it works for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it works. But like you say, it might.
But it might not work for somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. I had a client. And, we were trying to still got person A, and we went on a certain calorie restriction for that. We'll give it a go, and it was high protein and quite low carbs, and then no weight was coming off. Like not much was happening. Well, it was, but very slowly. And then, to be fair, this person did it themselves. They just took on more carbs. As soon as that happened, weight started dropping off.
It's strange, isn't it?
It's
dead strange.
It is strange, but that's the way it works. It's half the time, and you can learn a lot about food. Don't get me wrong, I'm no nutritionist. You can learn so much about food, it's unreal. Some people will know a hell of a lot more than me. Yeah. I know, like...
You can self-educate about food. You read a lot of things online from, very
Can be careful where you're reading.
Yeah, it's got to be like from a reputable source. It's like you
keep tapping table.
Yeah, don't tap the table.
Yeah, like you want to look at university studies, reliable sources. Don't look like... You'll hear all these personal training videos like, oh yeah, we can tell you to body type and all this, and it's like, it's bullshit. You could have like underactive thyroid or anything, it's like,
well, yeah.
You can't just work for everyone like that. Like people buy into these apps, and it's like
these like I've seen a lot of strongmen as well because I like the world's strongest man.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing against. I'm not going to name no names. I've got nothing against these strongmen, and I know they're just trying to make money to provide for the family, but they're promoting some like mad products and like, oh, buy this protein and in 6 weeks you'll be as strong as me.
Yeah.
Shit like, do you want to be as strong as me? Buy this whey protein from this company.
Yeah.
And then next year you'll be competing at World's Strongest Man.
Just like walking into Tesco and it with clever marketing.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
It is. It's mad. It is mad. And they've got it right to make money. And you see these things on, like, I see all the time online, especially on Facebook, and even Instagram or every platform. Personal training is dead. You want to get all your personal trainers want to buy into this and get online, and they say it's dead, but it's not. Like that human contact, everyone is so disconnected at the minute.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So disconnected. But when you have a one-to-one session and you're relating to that person. And then whatever gets said in that session stays in that session. Like you obviously have client discretion and stuff like that. You can't. You get, as a personal trainer, you become an agony aunt as well, and that helps people with the mental state. They can offload on you. It's like, and then they're training at the same time. They walk out that door. My job is for them to walk out the door. They've trained. They're working towards a target, and they feel great. They can tell me anything in that room, and then I'm there as support for that as well. It's not just a case of that. And that's that human connection.
Yeah.
People like that. And the problem is people now are forgetting about that. And it's like, yeah, you can have a personal trainer. I could do a one-to-one with you over Skype. But the way these trainers are working now is they'll press, right, let's go, ring, answer, right, let's train, let's warm up, do this, do that. Right, I've got another client in 2 minutes. Hang up. Next one.
People are going to the gym and they're just Skyping them from the gym.
No.
Oh, right.
People doing their own home.
Oh, right, yeah,
but it's like, they're making a lot of money because they're doing one session after
people
another.
People are doing that.
Yeah. And it's just like... I mean, not like... You'll see like Joe Wicks has done like live sessions and stuff like that.
One of his books down there.
Yeah, man, they're brilliant.
What is it? Oh.
Lost it.
No, it's down. No, it's there. You see him there.
It's there.
There he is.
It's
there behind couch.
It's there one of them sausage rolls.
Full sausage rolls, roll crumbs behind couch, yeah.
But he's like, sorry, but we're getting back to it, like he's done live sessions. They're great. Don't get me wrong. He's not even charged people for them. You can go on YouTube and watch Joe Wicks. He's like doing hit sessions and stuff like that. But these like you can now build yourself a platform, go online, and then you don't even relate to that person. It's basic conversation. It's like, right, here's your diet plan. Yeah. Skype, like, we'll do a video workout this time.
Yeah.
There's your workout plan. And it's just like communicating through text, and you can't, there's no human connection. It's absolutely disconnected. And people buying into it because, going back to time, life's 100 mile an hour now. Absolutely rapid. Everything's internet based, everything's happening like emails, like people used to send letters, man. It used to take 2 days to like communicate with someone. Now it's an email list, like people suing this person, that certain person. This has gone wrong, it needs to be fixed quick. People not necessarily slow down, but make time for themselves.
Yeah.
And when you're going back to the human connection, you get a lot. I feel, this is my opinion anyway, it might not work for everyone because some people don't like it. When you're on that in that one-to-one session, it's just you and your trainer, you get a lot more from that. Yeah. A lot more from that.
Well, I don't know, like the whole human connection thing, I think that it correlates with a lot of, like, there's a lot of people out there now who suffer really bad with anxiety. I think that's because we've become so disconnected. It's called social media, and in fact it's quite the opposite. It's on social media. And
social media 90% of the time is not used correctly.
No, it's not.
It gives people, like I say, people suffer from anxiety, and it puts a perception of how people should be, and all these like airbrush photos and stuff like that. It's like, wow, well, I need to work
it's
to
just
get to that
fake,
goal, and it's completely fake. Yeah,
they'll only show you the good stuff, what's going on.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? They won't tell you about the shit. Do you know what I mean? I use Twitter for that. If I'm having a bit of a shit day, I'll put on Twitter, I don't like this, or this went wrong. But on Facebook, I think Facebook's just like a advertising platform now. I'm saying that, and I plug this podcast on my Facebook.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily bad for advertising. Like, I mean, it's the stuff. Like, there's a lot of bullying and stuff on social media now. And
it's ridiculous.
People comment nasty things and all that sort of thing. But yeah, like, the correct way to use it is like, promote things like your podcast. Do that. Like, I use it for my business, so like, I'll advertise my personal training. I was running boot camps. I'm not in the minute. I'm looking for a new club. I'm going to start a new one soon in a new location. So keep your eyes on Facebook. And that's used as a business, and it's getting people in. It's the quickest way to get to people now, social media. And it is. In my view, that's the way you're using it properly. But going on, scrolling through and going, look at this guy, let's comment, what a knobhead, and all this, it's like, that's completely. It's not what it was made for, but it's the way it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just I don't know.
It's a bad thing, really.
I keep fucking going.
There's a lot of good that comes
every
from
podcast I do end up like going on a mad rant about social media, but I think the message needs to be put out there. A lot of people on there now, it's not good for their mental health, and they're comparing themselves to they're comparing their life to somebody else's life. Don't do that. Just
exactly.
Get on with. You'll find yourself so much
it's making
more,
people feel
so
much
enough. Happier. Exactly. Which then you profit off. I'm joking. No,
but I tell you what, the best thing that iPhone ever did is when they put that screen time thing on.
Oh yeah,
that screen time update.
And I'll tell you another one. While we're on the subject of fitness, set up your health app, and it tells you how many steps and everything you do per day. With it. You don't even have to do anything. It's just constantly running in the background on your phone. It's fucking brilliant. Do you use the health app?
I've got
you've got the watch, so
I've
you
got
can
the
count
watch.
on that. I know a lot of people use Fitbits and stuff like that, but if you can't afford a Fitbit and you have an Apple phone, there's a health app. You'll see it. It's a little white box with a red love heart in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll say a love heart. It's just a heart.
Just a heart,
Yeah. Click on that, and it tells you can go through each day, and it tracks it and tracks it and tracks it. So you can go back to like 2 years ago. How many steps did I do on February the 3rd, 2017? And you can go back and you can have a look and you can compare.
You can use that as motivation as well, man.
Let's give people some knowledge. How many steps per day? 10,000, isn't it?
It depends.
If you struggle, I'm sure that's the guideline, 10,000. But if people are struggling, to try getting into fitness, I always think the best way to start, just make sure you get your 10,000 steps in a day.
Yeah,
and they do. It might
set a target.
It might sound a bit daunting, that, but I think it's about 4.5 miles, and that might sound a bit daunting as well. But they all do add up. Like when you're walking around at work and stuff like that, and before I've even gone to the gym or anything, just at work, walking around a plot that I'm working in, I'll probably will have clocked up about 5,000 steps. It's mad how much distance you do actually cover.
They do work. Like, I'm not saying these watches are absolutely 100% accurate, because they're hard to accurate, unless you're going to spend a lot of money on a heart rate monitor. Then they'll get it bang on. But they work for motivational skills. Like, you can set your calories. Right, I'm eating this much. I need to burn this much, and then your watch or your phone will tell you, right, you've got to burn 50 more calories. You might not burn exactly 50 calories, but if you go for a brisk walk, my watch tells me go for a brisk walk for 20 minutes. You'll hit your calorie goal.
Yeah.
And it gets you up. You're like, oh, I want to do it, and it does motivate you. And they do work. That's one thing with the apps and the watches and stuff. I will give them. They do help motivate you. Like my watch tells me to stand up and everything.
Yeah.
Which is good. It is. It's good.
What? It's better coming from you because you're a personal trainer. Say somebody who's watching this podcast, or watching on YouTube, or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, they're struggling to where to start. We won't go diet, we'll just go fitness wise.
Yeah.
3 tips to these people who are struggling to get going, or they don't know where to start. What would you advise them?
First of all, I go down the route of friends and family. Is anyone into fitness in your friends and family? Ask their advice. Friends and family are always going to be there, and they're always going to give you the right advice or whatever.
Yeah.
They might not necessarily be full of knowledge. Second one, make the decision. So I'm going to change the order of that. You've got to first one, you've got to make the decision to commit to what you want to do, where you want to go. You're actually going to do it. Don't do this January 4 weeks and then fire it off.
Yeah.
Don't make the decision and stick with it.
I don't believe in them timescales either. Why do you have to start on a Monday? Why do you have to start in January?
Yeah.
Time, what?
And then speak to friends and family, and then because then a big thing with training is support as well.
Yeah.
Like if you've spoke to friends and family, this is my opinion. If you spoke to friends and family, then they're willing to support you on your fitness journey or whatever you want to call it. Okay, what you call it. Then that makes a huge difference. And the third one, if you're really struggling, then that's why you go for a trainer. Yeah. And then once you've got to the point where you've started and you don't know where to go next, then get yourself a trainer.
How many, on average, the clients that you have, how long will they stick training with you?
I've never really had a problem with retention, client retention. Like I say, it varies. I have people who train once a week. I have people who train 3 times a week. I have one person who I train sometimes, and then we can sit there for half an hour of the hour session talking, as in not just about bullshit. I mean talking about training.
Yeah.
What they need to do next, or just basically passing on knowledge and let's make this change, let's do that, and that seems to help that person mentally big time, because they're just checking in really and then saying, right, what can I do to enhance this? What can I do to enhance this? Blah blah blah. And then we'll train in between, and it works out half and half. So that person I'll see once a month, and then like I said, some people 3 times a week, some people twice a week, some people once a week. It completely varies. Because some people, like I said before, there's so many reasons why people have a trainer. What could be motivation, it could be a confidence issue, like they feel better when someone's stood there, or they wouldn't even walk through the door unless they knew you had an appointment with a personal trainer, that sort of thing. And the other one is they just want to take it to the next level and they need a push. So everybody needs a push sometimes. I do it a lot not a lot, sorry, rephrase that. I do it. I'll get to a point where I set myself a workout and I'll plateau. I'll stay on that. I know when I'm plateauing, and I'll go, right, next week I'm changing this. I'm going to make it more interesting. I'm bored of shit of this workout.
Yeah.
I've got to keep it exciting. And that's what, because I've done this for such a long time, it just falls naturally to me.
Yeah.
Where people go to the gym and they'll go, I'm on this machine. I'm on this machine. You do that for 6 months, you're not going to stick it, are you?
No.
People have asked me in the past, what's the best workout to do to lose body fat? What's the best workout to get fit? What's the best workout to... There's no answer. The best workout, the only answer is the best workout is the one you enjoy.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, then you're going to do it. If you don't enjoy it, it's going to put you off.
Yeah. The last thing I want to ask you, do you think relationships can... So say you've got boy meets girl, boy's attracted to girl, boy trains, girl doesn't train, but she's still an attractive girl. She's got a few bad habits, and then this is the boy, it's a pen. She gets a few bad habits. She's got a few bad habits, but she's got a shit hot metabolism. Doesn't matter. She's always looked the same. She's always been in good shape. Boy falls into trap. Do you think that happens a lot? Yeah. Boy stops training.
Yeah.
It's happened to me before.
Yeah. Yeah. Just people get comfortable, man, and they're just like, yeah.
Why?
And it can be the other way around as well. It's like some lads they can eat anything, and they're just nothing changes.
I just don't understand why. Like, for me, I started training when I was lifting weights when I was 15. Because I wasn't doing it to... I was doing it to feel... Number one, it was a hobby. Yeah. I enjoyed lifting weights. Number two, I did it not to make myself look good, but to feel better within myself.
Yeah.
And that's why I always lifted weights.
Gives you confidence.
Well, why then... Like, save other people like the same as me that did it, and then it becomes a hobby as well. Then it's part of everyday life, and it was then from 15 all the way through. Yeah. Obviously, started working abroad.
You got into your routine.
It was, and an hour of my day were dedicated to the gym. But why do you think it is then? Like, because that's been your hobby for, it was my hobby for so long, and it's been other people's hobbies for so long. Why then? Because you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe subconsciously, you're doing it to look good, to attract a mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just don't understand, and it happens to so many people. Yeah, it's happened to me, and I asking myself the question: why am I not training anymore?
Yeah, but
it goes back to the hour though, doesn't it? The hour thing.
You go. Well, yeah. There's time. This is my view on it, anyway. There's time. Firstly, love is blind, so like you literally, when you're settled, you're happy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
And you think, I don't need that anymore. And then you can fall into the trap of, I'll just eat what this person's metabolism is like unreal. They don't put any weight on. They can eat whatever they want. They might not be healthy.
Yeah.
But they just get away with it because they don't put any body fat on. And then you'll be like, I'll just eat staying. I'm always with that person. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And then you get seriously comfortable, and it's like, well, this is it for life. Like you will be part, and then there will be a point where you think, because everyone has a self-conscious where they'll go, oh, that shit.
Yeah.
I want to change it, and it's just making that change. Even the people when you see like who've been in shape and then they're not in shape anymore because they've met someone and done all that. Maybe, not saying this to everyone, but I reckon a good percentage of them is thinking, I'm never going to say it, but I wish I was back where I was. Like, not without that person. I'm saying I wish my body was back. Like, I wish I was back in shape. And some people just don't take that opportunity to go, right, I'm going to change it. I'm going to do it. And they've been there before, so they know how to do it, but sometimes it's even harder because they've gone the other way.
Yeah.
As in, like, they started off like a young buck like you, like, probably not having much body fat, like, started it in the gym, you got results. Why are you smiling?
Because before I discovered the wall sausage rolls.
But then, like, you didn't have much body fat, you got results in the gym, but then you get settled down and then you go completely the other way. Like, you start putting weight on, and from going from a skinny, not like skinny, but like a normal percent body fat to muscly, then to going back to overweight, it's harder to come back. And it is always harder. You can always put on weight quicker than you can take it off.
Yeah.
But again, you've got to commit to that decision. It's like, you've got to say, I want to make this change now. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm going to stick with it. And you can tell the people, like back to the gym thing, you can tell the people stay, don't they?
Yeah.
The people just stay at the gym who really want to make the change. It's not a fad. It's
you see the same people, don't you, every day?
Yeah.
At the same times. You've got to stay mentally strong.
You've got to
even when you are the worst time for me was I was going through a phase where I was like, I was really fucking like anxious. I was suffering with anxiety, and I'd sit on the couch and I'd think, right, I need to go, but I just couldn't go. Yeah. I couldn't get myself there. This is just before I was going on that health kick that I went on last year, and I just couldn't. And then one day I thought, bollocks to this. Went into my room, put my gym gear on, looked at myself in the mirror. Actually, that's a lie. I watched a Tyson Fury video. It was Tyson Fury who inspired me, right? You know, when he first started getting back on it, before he had his first fight back against Seferi, he did an Instagram video, and he said, "I woke up one morning. This is before he'd shed any weight. He said, I woke up in the morning and he said, oh, look at you, you big fat pig." And I'll never forget that line. Look at the state of you, you big fat pig. And then I thought to myself, that kept like replaying in my head every day. And then one day that I remembered that quote, and I put my gym gear on, looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, look at the state of you, you big fat pig. Let's go to work. And then I started training again, and then luckily I've been back in there since, apart from the old sciatica. So
people do suffer from that, like
you just gotta,
because of the way they look, they don't want to go to the gym.
Sometimes I might sound like a fucking psychopath saying this. Sometimes I do look at myself in the mirror and say it's fucking you versus you. Just fucking only you can change it. Nobody else is gonna like fucking pick you up and drop you in the gym. Just go and fucking do it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? If you're unhappy about the way you look, just do something about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Don't make these excuses. Yeah, don't make the excuses up. Just don't moan to your fucking friends. It's like the same people who say, "Oh, I've only had a fucking, I've only had two bits of toast and fucking a can of beans since Wednesday, and I've still not shifted a pound."
Yeah.
When deep down they know that they've had a McDonald's, they've had this, they've had that. Some people lie to themselves and then lie to their friends about what they've been doing, what they've been training, but you're not. You're just fooling. You're lying to yourself. There's been people in the past who I've met that say they've been doing this in the gym, been doing that in the gym, they're sticking to this diet, and they've not seen no change. Bollocks. They're lying to themselves, and they're lying to all the fucking friends as well. I don't see the point in that.
Yeah, exactly. I've had clients, luckily, touch wood, my clients are dead honest. They just tell me.
Honesty's the best.
If they've been eating shit, they just tell me they've been eating shit. And it's like, I don't know whether that's, like, again, it's like the online thing. It's like, they feel as though they can tell me they've been eating shit. And they'll be like, right, let's just change it. Let's just sort it out. Let's do something to make it better. Where if someone's giving you a diet on an online app and you go eat shit, they're not even asking you what you've been eating. They're just like, right, okay, this is next week's one. You're not getting that human interaction where you can make changes, you can help. A conversation can make a big impact.
Yeah.
A huge impact to a frame of mind. A huge impact. Where you don't get that.
I agree with you there. I really do. So making the impact, I want to help people find you, and you can make an impact in their life and change their ways of training and make a difference to their life. So tell the people where they can find you. What kind of services do you offer?
You can basically find me on any social media, Facebook, Instagram. Don't use Twitter so much, so don't go down the Twitter road. Business cards, they'll be dotted around Preston and Leyland in places. They're actually my old ones. There'll just be a different logo on the front, but it says same thing. All my details are on social media, but basically what I offer is get in touch. We'll see where you're at. Tell me what you want to do. Dead honest and open about it, and then I'll be honest with you. If I can get you there, we can work together and do it.
And if you're watching on video, Instagram, this is the exact Instagram name. So anybody listening on audio, it's HGB Personal Training on Instagram.
There might be a hyphen in there.
HGB hyphen Personal Training.
Yeah. Don't go to the other one without a hyphen.
On Instagram. And what are your parameters? Where's the furthest you'll go? Because there might be some other folk in the northwest listening to this, in the northwest of England. And actually, people who are messaging from afar, is there any service you could provide? For example, somebody from, say, Ireland.
There is.
On Skype.
No, there is, but it comes down. I value my time. Yeah. I price my packages. I price my hourly rates. I price for what I think I'm worth, and I stand by that. So, if I'm training someone in Ireland and they need, to check in at least an hour a day on Skype or whatever, and then they need me to visit over there, it's going to cost.
Yeah.
It's going to cost, and it's just not going to be cheap. But I'll do it, but I'll give you a price and you might not like it.
Yeah.
To people in Ireland, there are trainers in Ireland that are as good as and better than me. Yeah. So I'd say go local, yeah.
Do you just stick to the Lancashire region then?
Yeah, I'm basically living in Lancashire at the moment. I mean, I haven't got the resources or anything as of yet to
go further afield.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
Because travel time's a big thing. I can see why people do this thing online because it's a good money maker. Yeah. Just one after another, like a revolving door. I
respect you though for not going down that route. You're actually investing your time in your clients.
I won't go down that route. I don't think, because I enjoy the human connection. Yeah. As in, I'm not just in this for money. I'm really not. I'm really passionate about it. I want people to get results. The biggest reward for me is not the money at all. It's when people reach that target. There's been times when people, and certain clients will vouch for this, I'm happier that a client has managed to deadlift 100 kilograms with perfect technique. I'm happier than when I fucking do it. I jump through hoops for them. I'm like, yes, get in there, perfect, they nailed it. And it's stuff like that. I get such a personal satisfaction from this job, it's unreal. And I kind of forgot that when I went into building trade. I lost it. Yeah. And then when I came back, it's just, it is work, but it don't feel like, there's that old saying, is you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Well, that's it.
Genuinely, that's how I feel about it. Genuinely. I even doing all the other stuff, I say to my clients, you don't have to, they'll be like, you don't have to do that for me. Listen, I enjoy it. Don't you worry about it. It's a hobby as well as a job. Don't worry about it. I love it. Yeah. And that's coming back to picking your trainer. You've got to find someone who cares like that.
Well, yeah, of course.
Don't find, sometimes, some trainers are good. They're really busy. But sometimes the busiest trainer isn't, the one who squeezes you in is not going to give you the attention that you need. No.
Well, I hope everybody who's listened or watched this podcast today has learned, can take something from this, because this is the main reason that I do these podcasts.
That's why I came, really, not just because he asked me.
So yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed it and they've took something from it. Thanks a lot for coming along, Tom.
No worries, mate.
It's been an absolute pleasure. If you did like the Podcast. And if you're on YouTube watching us, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you did like it, and leave a little comment, some feedback. If you're on Apple Podcasts, you can subscribe over there and leave a review as well. And if you're on Spotify, you can follow. Like Tom said, his business name is here if you're watching on the old YouTube. If not, for the audio listeners, once again, it's HGB Personal Training over on the old Instagram. So, thanks again, Tom.
No worries.
Well, see you next time, or you'll hear from me next time. Peace.
One like I say, one thing.
Go on.
Just we touched on it before, but I didn't manage to get it out. When you make that, if you're going to make that decision to bet yourself, forget about everyone else. There's a lot of people when we talk about the anxiety, like you were saying, you didn't want to get to the gym and stuff. Forget about everyone else. This is about you and you only. So get stuck in, get it done, get it polished off, work hard. Forget who's looking at you, what's happening around you. It's all about you sorting it out. Stick at it.
That's the perfect way to end the podcast. Thank you very much.
No
nice
worries,
one, Tom. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.